What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Walking the World. Today we're going to be walking downtown Saint Petersburg, starting here at Central Avenue and 5th Street, all the way down to the water where the pier is at. And right now we're looking at the building, the new tallest building in St. Petersburg, which is the Residences at 400 Central. This building is 515 feet tall, currently still under construction. And what you're going to notice throughout the video here as well, and what I really like about St. Petersburg in general, is you have a great mixture of new high-rises as well as some older classic looking high-rises, maybe looking like they're from like the 1940s or 50s. The one that stands out the most, which I believe we passed later in the video, is the old clock tower. You're also going to notice that St. Pete isn't quite as crowded as most of the major cities here in Florida. So it still kind of has a small town feel, at least driving through and walking through the city. It doesn't feel overcrowded as it would in places like Miami. And actually, for being a big city, it is quite easy to get around here as well. Something you're going to notice as well as we make our way east is each street kind of has its own vibe, especially as we get closer to downtown and closer to the water. So I wanted to give you a good perspective of how tall the Residences at 400 Central is. Like I said, it's the tallest building in St. Pete, 515 feet. And I think it's really cool next to this old building here with the older architecture, just the difference in contrast of, how buildings were styled back in the day to how they are now. And having them right next to each other, I think is really cool. And if you're liking the video so far, please be sure to give it a like. Comment your thoughts of what you like about St. Pete in this video, as well as subscribe for more 4K walking videos just like this one. This area we're approaching up ahead is actually known for its nightlife and bars and clubs. And it's actually one of the busiest places. Anytime I would come here at night, this area would always be packed with people. Thousands of people always come here on the weekends and basically just go out, hang out at the bars. So if that's your type of thing, this would be the spot to hit up. And this would be the clock tower building I was talking about earlier. Definitely one of the coolest and most iconic buildings in the city, at least in my opinion. And a little fun fact is there's an amazing cafe that's always really good to go get a coffee and breakfast at in the morning at the bottom of that building. This building here is the James Museum of Western Art and Wildlife. I've always just liked the architecture on the outside of it. Sadly, I've never got the chance to go inside yet, but it's definitely on my bucket list from the outside. I'm assuming it's going to look even better on the inside. And as we make our way a couple blocks here from the water, the next couple streets, one is called Beach Street, that's the first street we're going to pass, and the next is going to be Bay Shore. Beach Street, I think, is actually a really cool place. It's more laid back, a little bit fancier too, similar to places such as Naples or Palm Beach City. And I really like it because it kind of has a more elevated feel, and you're literally a couple blocks from like the heart of the city center. So it's a really cool vibe to have it that close to, a big city center area, to have this much of like a laid back feel to it. And right here, I think is a perfect spot to show the blend of the old and the new, with the old style Florida slash Mediterranean buildings with the brand new skyscrapers. I just think it's such a cool blend and is a really cool vibe for the city in general.
Exactly. He was just sitting.
And up ahead is Bayshore. What I like about Bayshore is it seems like a really cool place where a lot of people like to come and either walk or jog or just take a look at the water, as well as obviously go to the pier, which the St. Pete Pier is probably what St. Pete is most known for and the biggest landmark people go to when they visit St. Pete.